Let's look at this Olympiad Mathematics question. We are asked to find the value of m and n if 1 over m plus 4 over n equals to 1 over 12, where m and n is a set of real numbers and n is an odd number. Okay, how do we find the value of m and n in this equation? Okay, let's look at the left hand side. At the left hand side we have two fractions. The first fraction is 1 over m and the second fraction is 4 over n. Both are connected by an addition sign. So we can take the LCM of the left hand side. So the LCM of 1 over m and 4 over n is the product of their denominator. You understand? So at the denominator here we have m. At the denominator of this fraction we have n. So m times n will give us mn. So I'm going to have mn at the denominator. Do you understand? Okay. So mn divided by m, that will be n. N times 1 will be n. Do you understand? So I'm going to have n at the top. N at the top. Then put the addition sign. Mn divided by n, that will be m. M times 4, that is what? 4m. Okay, so at the denominator now I have n plus 4m. Do you understand? Okay. For this equals to 1 over 12. Now, having gotten to this point, the next step is to take the cross product. You understand? Cross multiply. So I'm going to have mn times 1. That is what? Mn. So I'm going to have mn is equals to 12 times n plus 4. 12 times n plus 4m. I'm going to have 12 multiplied by n plus 4m. Okay? So for this, I'm going to have mn is equals to 12 times n is what? 12n. 12 times plus 4m, that is what? 48 plus 48m. Now, having gotten to this point, the next step is that you have to take everything that is present here to the left hand side. You understand? So take this positive 12n plus 48m, take it to the left hand side. You are going to have mn minus 12n, are you there? Minus 48m equals to 0. Are you getting it? This is what I did. I just take this positive 12n. If it crosses the equals to sign, it's going to become negative, okay? And we have positive 48m here. If it crosses the equals to sign, it's going to become negative as well. Do you understand? Okay? So that's how I got this. Now, please, I want to pay attention. You know that mn, what is common to both mn and negative 48? The common term is m. So I can rewrite this expression as this: mn minus 48m minus 12n equals to 0. Do you understand? Okay. Now look at this. Let us factorize this. What is common to mn and negative 48m? The common parameters there is m. You understand? So let us factorize m. I'm going to have m multiplied by n minus 48. Do you understand? Okay, now, having factorized the common parameters from mn minus 48m, the common parameters is what? M, right? Yes, now, this negative 12n, please listen. I can rewrite this negative 12n like this. Negative 12 multiplied by n minus 48 minus 576. Don't worry, I'm going to explain. You see, the goal is to find the value of m and n. Do you know? Now, I want to also express this negative 12n with respect to what we have here. Are you getting it? And if I'm to do that, since n is common, n is part of negative 12n, you know, so and n is present here. So I just put this negative 12 outside here, then I put n minus 48 inside the bracket. Now the reason why I subtract 576 is simply because if you take the product of this bracket, if you take the product of this parenthesis, negative 12 times n is what? Negative 12n, right? Negative 12 times positive 40, negative 12 times negative 48, you are going to have positive 576, okay? Just like something like this. Listen. Negative 12 multiplied by n minus 48, okay? Let's see. Minus 576. You are still going to have negative 12n. Negative 12 times n, negative 12n, right? Negative 12 times negative 48, that is what? positive 576. Now, because the simple reason why I subtract negative 576, the simple reason why I subtract 576 from this expression is simply because so as to eliminate what I have here. So I'm going to have minus 576. So this will cancel this. So I'm left with negative 12n. You can see that I've not done anything, okay? This is just, basic arithmetic to help me to simplify, to help me to get the value of m and n that I'm asked to find. Do you understand? Okay, so this will be equals to 0. Now, having gotten to this point, you can take this negative 576 to the right hand side of the equation. Okay, so I'm going to have m multiplied by n minus 48 minus 12 multiplied by n minus 48 equals to 576. Do you understand? Okay, now let me erase this. Now we have n minus 48 here, we have n minus 48 here, so we can take one quadratic equation, So I'm going to have n minus 48 multiplied by, okay, outside the bracket as well, we can write it as m minus 12 multiplied by m minus 12. This will be equals to what? 576. Okay, so having gotten to this point, we've been told in the question that n is an odd number. Are you getting it? N is an odd number. So what are the odd number that we can multiply by another number to give us 576? That is 1, 3, and 9. 1, 3, and 9. Okay, the odd number that we can multiply by another number to give us 576 are 1, 3, and 9. Now, please listen to me carefully. It is the value of n that is an odd number. Are you getting it? So please pay attention. 576 can be written as 1 multiplied by 576, Okay, 3 times 192 and also 9 multiplied by 64. Okay, so you can check your calculator. 1 times 576 will give us 576, 3 times 192 will give us 576, 9 times 64 as well will give us 576. Do you understand? Okay, now listen to me carefully. We are going to take it step by step. N minus 48 multiplied by m minus 12 equals to this. The same n minus 48 multiplied by m minus 12 equals to this. N minus 48 multiplied by m minus 12 equals to this also. Now, for the first one, let us call this one equation 1, equation 2, and equation 3. Okay? Equation 1, 2, 3. Now, from the first equation, n minus 48 multiplied by m minus 12 equals to 1 multiplied by 576. If you compare both sides, listen to me carefully. If you compare this equation, the left hand side and the right hand side, that means that n minus 48 belongs to this and m minus 12 belongs to this. Do you understand? Okay, n minus 48 will be equivalent to 1 and m minus 12 will be equals to 576. Okay, so let's start with the first equation. For the first equation, I'm going to have, please listen to me carefully, n minus 48 equals to 1. So m minus 12 equals to 576. Do you understand? So for the first equation, n will be equals to what? 48 plus 1, which is what? 49. Okay, for this one as well, I'm going to have n is equals to 576 plus 12. That will be what? 588. Okay, so the first equation, which is equation 1, n minus 48 times m minus 12 equals to 1 times 576. Because we've been told that n is an odd number, that means that n minus 48 will be equals to this and m minus 12 will be equals to 576. That is for the first equation. Now for the second equation, listen. For the second equation, we have n minus 48 multiplied by m minus 12 equals to 3 times 192. Don't forget that all these expressions are for 576, you understand? That means that we're going to have more than one solution for the value of m and n. Are you getting it? So for this, I'm going to have n minus 48 equals to 3, and m minus 12 equals to 192. Do you understand? So for this, I'm going to have n equals to 48 plus 3. Okay, because this negative 48, if it crosses the equals to sign, you're going to have positive 48. You get it? So I'm going to have 48 plus 3 is 51. Okay, now for this, I'm going to have n will be equals to 192 plus 12. Do you understand? Okay, for this, I'm going to have 4, then 204. Do you understand? Okay, now for the third solution, we have n minus 48 times n minus 12 equals to 9 times 64. We are still going to go the same way. The first part will be equivalent to 9, and the second part, n minus 12, will be equals to what? 64. So let us proceed. For this, I'm going to have, let's use going, n minus 48 equals to 9, and n minus 12 equals to 64. Do you understand? Okay. Now, just take this 48 to the other side. I'm going to have n equals to 48 plus 9. 48 plus 9 is 57. So I'm going to have 57 here. And then for this, m minus 12 equals to 64. So m will be equals to 64 plus 12. 64 plus 12 is 76. Okay. So the solution to that question is, okay, let's go. The solution to that question is this: 49. Oh, this is the value of m. Sorry, m. 49, 588. The first solution. The second solution is this: 51, 204. Then the third solution is 57, 76. Do you understand? You can see that it's simple. So you can see how we solve the question. The first step is to take the LCM. When we take the LCM, you result into this kind of equation. Are you getting it? Now, when you get here, you factorize the value of m outside here. Then we will write this negative 12 in terms of what we have in this bracket. And that makes us to subtract 576, because if you take the product of this and this, you're going to have positive 576. That's why I subtracted 576 from it, just like the solution that I showed here before I erased it. Okay, now having gotten to that point, I take this negative 576 to the other side, it becomes positive. Okay, then I express 576 in 3 terms, because we've been told that n is an odd number. Do you understand? So having done that, then I just, each part I equate to what I have at the right hand side. So I got all the solution for the value of m and n. Okay.